In today's video, I'm going to be doing a flip through of the sewing themed junk journals that I've made. If you haven't seen the 3-part video series of where I document my process of making all of this, then I'll leave a link down below. It is quite a lengthy series, so you don't have to watch all of it at once. I have created a playlist called Let's Make a Junk Journal, and I've pinned it to the main page of my channel, so if you scroll down you'll be able to find it there. So hopefully that's easily accessible and you can watch it in bits and pieces whenever you've got time. So we're just going to be focusing on how the journals have turned out in its entirety, and I will just be doing a flip through so you can see that. These have also gone into my Etsy store, so if you want any specific details, I'll leave a link down below to that as well. So without further ado, let's do the flip through. So each journal comes with a tin, and they all have a different design on them. Very vintage. I really love these tins. I have filled them with a few bits and pieces, some trinkets, some things that can be used in the junk journal. So I've got some measurement ribbon tape, some wax seals, one in gold and one in blue, a little charm, also some labels, tickets, these are from Tim Holtz, some postage stamps. So I can't remember how many I've added here, but a whole pile of them. So they are very vintage, and I've tried to include a variety. And then also some little words that have been hand stamped, and I have distressed them with some of the Tim Holtz distress ink. I think it was in tea stain. And then I also have included some buttons. Let me just try and get it out to show you. So little buttons in the color scheme of the journal, and then also these mini paper clips. So I'm going to move these to the side so we can have some space for the ephemera pocket. So each journal will also come with an ephemera pocket that's filled with little bits of ephemera. Some of it I've already made, and then some of it is supplies that you can use to make your own ephemera, and you can also use it to decorate the journal. So I think I'm just going to open up one of them and show you what I've added to each one. So they just close up with this piece of twine. And then these pockets I've made out of a printable from my shop, and I got these pages from a vintage sewing book that I've scanned and printed out. And in the first pocket I have one of these file folders. This is the Tim Holtz wallpaper. And then I've also got offcuts from vintage wallpaper. This is not from the Tim Holtz range. This is vintage wallpaper that I found at an antique store. And then I also have included a see-through or transparent page. And then opening it up over here, right at the top, I've got, out of tracing paper, I've made this pocket, and I've got some stickers in here, and they are all gum labels that I've stamped out in red, brown and black, and also they come in different sizes, so some rectangles, squares, little ones, some bigger ones, and I thought it would be cute to include them in this pocket, just to keep them all together. And then I've also made from a piano roll paper these little clusters with some fabric, some stamping there in the background. And this is a Tim Holtz flower, and you can just stick it into your journal on any page, and it's just a bit of decoration. And then I've made a tag out of fabric and a journaling card, and at the back you can do some journaling or add a photo. I've also got a Tim Holtz journaling card, and then some more little journaling cards. Not each ephemera pack's got exactly the same ephemera. Like, some of these cards are different depending on what ephemera pack is included in these journals. And then on this side, just with a paper clip, I've got some doilies. And then I also have, what do you call this? Sewing paper, the paper that you get in a sewing pattern. And this is also the paper that comes in a sewing pattern, so it opens up quite large. And then I've got some vintage pages from a sewing book. And then in here, again, I've used the printables from my shop, and I've made these little pockets. So it opens up over here, and then you can add photos or ephemera in there. And then this one I've made so it opens up at the top. So again, each ephemera pocket's got slightly different designs in. And then this is a larger one with a button, some fabric, a floral sticker, vintage wallpaper, postage stamp, and those ads that I got from the sewing theme book. And this is also a pocket with an index card in and some collaging at the back with a zigzag stitch. This was really fun to make. And then in the top pocket, I've got 4 tickets in a variety of colors, so red, black, green, and orange. A leaf, and then also some playing cards with vintage images on. And then at the back, there's another pocket with some more vintage wallpaper, an envelope, a restaurant docket, and then also a postcard. And at the back, I've included some pockets with tags. So now we get to the junk journal itself. All the covers look exactly the same. I've managed to cut them at the same spot, which rarely happens. They all have some buttons and a charm coming out at the end. And they've got some fabric on the side here on the spine with some stitching going down, some tabs sticking out. That's what the back looks like. So opening up the journal, it's got a pocket here in the front with a card in, an index card, and at the back it's got some journaling space where you can write your personal info or just do some journaling. I really love how that turned out. And then I've added some ruffles and a few different tabs. This is a pocket or a tuck spot made out of some vintage wallpaper. This is also a copy of a vintage doily that I found at the thrift store. This is a printable from my shop. and I got these pages from that same vintage sewing book that I've mentioned earlier on, and then I've just painted some of my artwork on there. This is some coffee stain paper. The lace came out beautifully, and then I've made a pocket out of some piano roll paper. So I didn't include any ephemera in here. I made that separate ephemera pack, so you can, as you do journaling, place the ephemera wherever you would like, instead of putting it in spots in the journal where you might not really want to use it. And then this is another tuck spot over here with more of that sari silk, a vintage sewing pattern paper, another tuck spot over there, a pocket here, and I love this tab. This is from a 70s sewing book, a magazine. So it's got a mixture of printables but also authentic vintage pages. And then all these pages have been tea stained. And then we've got another tuck spot there with some music paper. This is a belly band. So I actually just need to get a little piece of paper here so I can point out all the pockets and tuck spots. So let me just get a journaling card. So this is a belly band, so it goes through here at the bottom as well, so you can put in something that's slightly longer. And then we have a fabric flip with also some lace here at the top. More of that vintage magazine. And this is the other side of that pattern. And the piano roll pocket. I love how this doily turned out. It just worked out beautifully. It managed to fit into the journal. It was quite a big doily, so I didn't worry about that. But I could have even made it smaller if I wanted to, and then printed and fit it that way into the journal, but I think it came out perfectly. And then right at the back here I've got an envelope. And I think for the rest I'm going to do a flip through, because there might be small changes between each one, not big, they are very similar, but I think I'll just do a flip through really quickly so you can see what they look like and put some music over for you.